Donald Trump came into office with the highest approval rating he has ever had. 49%. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, it's not even half, but he was still above water because more people approved of the job he was doing than disapproved of it. Then, of course, last weekend, right, 8 days ago, we got that report from CBS YouGov that showed us that Donald Trump's approval rating had shot up to 53%. Holy crap, after, 3 weeks in office, more people liked what they saw from him? That seemed a little weird at the time, didn't it? Seemed like maybe that's an outlier? Well, it turns out that it was in fact an outlier, and the results of that CBS YouGov poll have not even been close to being replicated in other polls, including other YouGov polls taken after that one was released. Donald Trump's very high approval rating has, of course, now evaporated, and his approval rating is, in fact, underwater. Here is what the new numbers that YouGov has are telling us. The poll taken from February 9th through 11th, Trump had a 46% approval rating and a 48% disapproval rating. In a poll that they had taken from February 2nd to February 4th, so just, 7 days prior, he had a 46% approval rating and a 44% disapproval rating. Poll taken 2 weeks ago, he had a 49% approval rating and a 43% disapproval rating. So each poll, those numbers were getting closer until finally they flipped, and Donald Trump is once again underwater with his approval ratings. And by the way, speaking of that initial CBS YouGov poll from 8 days ago, with a 53% approval rating, according to the polling aggregates, Donald Trump only still has a 49% approval rating. So again, that CBS YouGov 53%, holy hell, how is this happening? The answer is it's not. That poll was indeed an outlier and should not be factored into the equations because it was so wildly off. And by the way, that's not just according to me, that's according to the polling company that initially took the poll, YouGov, along with CBS. So their subsequent polls have not replicated that. Their previous polls did not show anything close to that. In fact, they kept showing a narrowing of the gap between approval and disapproval. So apparently CBS's involvement in that particular poll is what drove it higher than it should have been. The point is this, right? We know from the 2024 election, polls are not reliable. Like, I'm done with presidential polling and all of that BS. It's total garbage these days. But the approval rating polls, those don't necessarily tell us as much as the trends tell us. And that's the part of polling that we need to be paying attention to, right? Is the political scientist in me, right? That's my degree, that's my area of expertise. This is where I really get into, the knowledge of how these things work. What we have to look at is the trends. And right now for Donald Trump, all of the trends are going in the wrong direction. His approval rating is going down, his disapproval is going up, and that's happening in poll after poll after poll. The reason for that, of course, is because people are paying attention. Even if they're not paying attention to politics, they're paying attention to the prices they're paying at the grocery store. That is the killer. That is what is coming for Donald Trump. So again, 95, I think it is, % of the public does not consume political news at all. They're not watching the daily, holy crap, what is happening now. I think more of them are than usual right now, and that plays a role, sure. But what's really getting to Trump and his approval rating right now is that these people remembered he said day one, bring prices down, I'll do it. And prices are going up. Unemployment is going up. Inflation is going up. All of the things he said he would fix are actually doing the exact opposite. And that is going to cost the Republican Party dearly if this trend continues. Because this has only been 1 month of this guy in office. And his approval rating has fallen that much because things have gotten that much worse in this country. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And If you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.